Hello there, YouTubers, TikTokers, subscribers, non-subscribers, and all of you who are watching this video. Welcome to my channel. I'm your host, RoseRed17, and this video is about Rave Master Volume 12 with chapters 89 through 97. Let us start where we left off with Musica telling Reina to kill him, but Reina has no interest of killing him, but she will beat the shit out of him. While getting beaten, Musica starts remembering back to the time when Riz was still alive, and he remembers something important, which gets him to stop Reina from beating him. Musica remembered that Riz wanted to steal the Silver Ray, but couldn't because it turns out it was already stolen by somebody else. Reina suddenly believed him, so she decides that he is no longer useful to her. So he tries to kill him this time and manages to take him down. Damn, everybody's getting their ass whooped. Even Haru's having a hard time with his opponent, but then Haru notices that Ellie is in trouble and rushes towards her, but then he gets pinned down by his foe. He feels helpless as he watches all the others trying to kill Ellie. He's willing to give up his own life to save hers, but they have no interest in killing the Rave Master, just the girl with the Ethereon. The demon cards want to kill Ellie, but then she decided it was time for her to fight back. Seeing Haru getting beat up, Ellie did everything she could to take down her opponent, even giving him the old kick in the nuts, and ends up blowing up his face. That a girl. However, Pretty Boy survived the blast, and he's getting really pissed off after she blew up his face. He grabs Ellie by the leg, then smashes her on the ground and pins her. He noticed the little guy running away and tossing Ellie at him. Ellie managed to stop herself by pounding her fist into the ground, damaging her arm. And I have to say, that was a badass move. Ellie keeps telling Griff to run, but he becomes worried about her, and at the moment when Ellie was about to get her throat slashed, Griff jumps in front of her, taking the blow himself. This traumatizing event is what caused Ellie to unleash the Ethereon within her. Then, after the Ethereon disappeared, the name Ellie appeared on her arm, along with the symbol of Syphonia, which can be proven that Ellie was once a citizen there. But what really happened to her? Why did she lose her memories? And who is she? Now that's the real question. Ellie unleashes the power again, and a beam of light shots out into the atmosphere of space. That is some powerful magic there, and that is the whole reason why the demon cards want her dead, because a power like that can be extremely dangerous without any guidance or control. However, Ellie managed to stop it and falls to the ground, seeing the dead corpse of her friend. Just when Ellie was about to become a corpse herself, Haru comes in for the rescue, and he wants to fight all of them by himself. But then he gets cut down by his own opponent and lands on top of Ellie, trying to protect her. And just before they both get slashed by the sword, they are saved by none other than Seekheart. The reason for Seekheart's sudden rescue is that he has decided he wants to protect Ellie, which causes everyone to question his decision, especially Ellie. Seekheart apologizes to her for his actions after remembering that there is another way to stop the Ethereon, and that is by sealing it. Seekheart told the demon cards that both Ellie and Haru are necessary to save the planet. Now he's willing to protect that power with the cost of his own life, and plans to take out all the demon cards at once with his magical ability, but they all manage to escape on the dragon. After the demon cards have left, Ellie looks over Griff's splitted body, only to discover that he's not really dead, but split into two of him. Wow, I didn't expect that fake out death. So now Ellie is happy that Griff isn't dead, as Seekheart tells her about the markings on her arm and that it's a hint of unlocking her memories and the Rave Stones, as they are both the keys to saving the planet. Haru, Musica, and Let bow their heads and apologize to Ellie for unable to protect her. Okay guys, I don't think she's going to care for being weak. Also, if those of you are wondering how did Let get out of that tree, well, it was Seekheart that helped him out. I also love the fact that both Haru and Musica freak out when he saw his face. I mean, I can't blame them. They never saw Let in this form, so it's natural to be surprised. But then Ellie gets wrapped up in their expression, and then she kicked them to the curb. They all come back, and then some funny shenanigans go on, but then Ellie asks Seekheart about what he said to her earlier. He started talking about a being that is so powerful and destructive that it might end up destroying the world, and the demon cards are a part of that. Later, after the demon cards return to their headquarters, only to see their many men slaughtered, and sitting on the throne is Lucia, as the demon sword shows itself in front of him, choosing him as the new master. This is also where Lucia's true identity is revealed, and that he is a rare grove, and that he is the son of Gale King. You know, the kid who was supposed to be dead? It's a shock that he's actually alive. And at the same time, Seaheart is telling Haru and the others about Lucia's identity, and that he and Haru are destined to fight each other just like their fathers. However, Haru doesn't care about any of that, as he will only want to fight Lucia because he stole Ellie's first kiss. Yeah, forget about saving the world and such. I will just get back at the bastard for trying to steal my soon-to-be girlfriend. Seriously, Haru? That guy did a lot more than just steal Ellie's first kiss, you know. Seaheart tells them about Lucia's plan to find the 5 Shadow Stone of Sinclair to enter the star memory. But to stop him, they must find the remaining Rave Stones and restore them into their original form. And in order to do so, they need the Etherion. Raisha used the Etherion to create the Rave Stones. Now Ellie could also use it to restore them. Now this next thing that Seaheart is going to say could be foreshadowing or hint that Raisha and Ellie are the same person. When Ellie told him that she couldn't control it, he says the following: "It's not that you can't control it, it's that you forgot how." And that is why unlocking her memories is important. And that is what Seaheart plans on doing, but in order to do so, he has to find Syphonia. He asks if anyone is a cartographer, and Griff understood it. Seaheart gave him the coordination code ELIE 3173. So yeah, as you can see, it turns out it was a number, just not the number that we thought it was before. It wasn't a number of those of a test subject, but a coordination number, and they use it to find Syphonia. They ended up finding a place, only it turns out that it was deserted, covering by a magic barrier, and in the middle of it, they end up running into a skeleton sitting on a rock. Ellie noticed something around the skeleton's neck, and it turns out it's the necklace that she is wearing right now, with the same date and everything, and behind them is the gravestone of Raisha Valentine. Now the necklace is a mystery because according to Ellie, she shouldn't have it back then, since she bought it later in the present time from a small shop inside a marketplace. Why would this skeleton have that necklace? The gravestone gave a reminder to Ellie that she has been there before, and the closer she got to it, something popped up in her memory, and that she told someone named Cam that she won't see him again. Now in the next chapter, we start to see a little bit more of Ellie's past. When she was a child, she had a loving family, and she had the capability of using magic at an early age. But she is unsure what happened to them, and when she meets or knows about this man, he tells her that the Etherion was granted to her as a gift by the gods. Now before Ellie left, she was asked by this man to take care of Gale. Gale? Which Gale? Gale King or Gale Glory? Even Ellie can't remember which one he was talking about. After that flashback, we see the present-day Ellie standing in front of Raisha's grave with tears in her eyes. Now, before asking Raisha who she is, the barrier around him sort of dissipated and both the grave and the skeleton disappeared. Ellie comes towards them as Seaheart asks her if she remembers how to control Etherion. Her answer is no, but instead, she gives him another one. The power she possesses is a gift, and she's going to cherish it like one. Haru is happy for her, and the ship takes its landing as everyone heads toward their next destination. But Seaheart decides not to join them and stays behind to gather more information. Haru and Seaheart cross swords as Haru vows to surpass him, and then he and his crew board the ship and then took off. Now this is actually the chapter I started reading after watching the anime, since this is where the anime ended, and honestly, they need to give this show either a reboot or a continuation from where it left off. I'm just saying. Now this next chapter is kind of a filler chapter, the swapping body type chapter, and it shows on the first page with all the types of craziness and unexplainable things going on. Like, when can Plu talk? Why is Haru tying up Ellie? And what the hell is Musica doing? It took me a moment or two to realize that they all switched bodies. bodies, and it's just those four as Let and Ruby is nowhere around. Cutting back to a few hours ago, Haru and the others ended up in the village in a search for clues about the Rave stones and to get medical help for Ellie's arm. Griff mentioned a doctor named Alice who has the capability of fixing bones, and that doctor is rumored to be a testy person, whatever that means. Ruby and Led are not interested in finding the doctor, as Ruby wants to find someone else to teach him how to use magic. As it was stated in the last chapter by Seahart, Led decided not to join them, leaving Musica, Haru, Ellie, and Blue in a search of the doctor named Alice. They make their way into the forest to look for Alice until they stumble across an old man in a revealing and uncomfortable outfit that shouldn't be worn by an old man his age. Oh, and spoiler, that man is Alice. Well, not much of a spoiler since he is the only other character in this chapter. Anyways, the old man wanted to play a game with them and decided to be fun to have their souls forced out of their bodies and re-enter into different ones. Musica inside Ellie, Ellie inside Haru, Haru inside Blue, and Blue inside Musica. The old man laughs at his experiments and then runs off. Musica wanted to run after him, but then Ellie's broken arm is what stopped him. Now we get to the part as to why Ellie is tying up Musica, because he was, well, you get the picture. Also, she stumped on Haru for looking up her skirt earlier. Musica apologized to Ellie while witnessing himself eating a bug. Haru suggests they just stop this craziness and get serious into finding the old man. He uses Blue's sensitive nose to find him, but the old man is quick on his feet and he says no one caught him in the last 500 years. How old is this man? So Haru asks Ellie to throw him as she usually does with Blue. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that she does that a lot with Blue. It's kind of their thing. Ellie throws Blue, but only for certain reasons. She even did it in that crossover manga. Anyways, Haru misses the old man and gets stuck in a tree, but he managed to get himself out and chases after him and catches him this time. He also revealed himself to be Alice. Oh my god, what a shock. Alice told Ellie that she's in perfect health and has no disease whatsoever. However, Ellie remembered a point in her past where she was sick and believes that she was dying. Ellie was relieved to hear about her health. He even told Haru and Musica about their health, as Haru will be a healthy lad for a long time, while Musica is a smoker and his health doesn't last long but will still live. They return to the ship and tried out Alice's medicine, and the results are, well, witness it for yourself. Now after that little activity, Haru and the other discovered a prophet, who is someone that predicts the future on a small island. He was named Saga Pendragon, and people from Syphonia used to go to him on a daily basis to learn about their future. They make their way to the island named Acapella, and the citizens, or should I say creatures there, look quite familiar to both the viewers and Haru as he takes a closer look at the village. He realized that this is the hometown of his flower house friend. What a coincidence. This makes Haru feel uncomfortable, but he pressed on to see the prophet. They meet him in his mansion as he turns out to be the oldest in the town, so to speak. But it also turns out that he no longer can see the future, as many years ago his poi was stolen. And like these two, we the viewers have no idea what a poi is. He explains that a poi is like life itself, but that's it. That's like the only explanation we got throughout this entire chapter. But of course, that isn't what's important about it. It's not about what it is, it's about what it does. And what it does is give Saga Pendragon the ability to see into the future, which makes it more interesting, but I guess I'll just drop it here. Pendragon mentioned a plant monster named Didi, who is one who stole his poi, as Haru and the others decide to stop the monster and get his poi back. They set off into the swamp and end up finding the creature. And how did our heroes deal with this monstrosity? Actually, they didn't have to give any effort whatsoever. Blue ends up stepping on him as he is a little coward and afraid of getting stepped on again. He returned the poi to Pendragon. Don't know how or when he did it, but he did it. Pendragon gets his poi back and tells each individual their own future, both good and bad. First, he predicts that our hero Haru is heading south to see the future for himself. As for the rest, Musica has to make two critical choices that will reflect on his life. Ellie will discover her true name, but he can't say more than that. Let will reunite with someone precious to him, and Ruby will draw his blade in a fateful encounter. Everyone seems a bit confused, but that isn't going to stop them from doing what they need to do, which is find the remaining Rave stones, and they will choose their own destiny. So they say their goodbyes and plan to leave the island. But not before the two gatekeepers tell Haru to tell their son about their whereabouts. And Haru feels uncomfortable about the situation after learning about his flower friend's parents, which causes Nagajima to sneeze. And this is where they end the volume. So far, in my opinion, this is one of the best volumes. There's a lot to learn and the battles aren't that bad. And we get to learn new things like the Silver Ray, Reina's past, and the connection to the iconic item. We see into Let's past and discover the truth about his supposed to be dead girlfriend and learning more about Ellie's past as well. Most importantly is the identity of the Shadow Master, who is the son of Gale King, who has been alive this whole time and was guided by an entity known as Sinclair. While Raisha Valentine is the creator of the Rave Stone, Sinclair was the creator of the Shadow Stones. But we don't know much about Sinclair or her connection to Lucia. Could this person be the counterpart of Raisha? Does she possess a similar power like Etherion? And why is Haru and Lucia destined to fight each other? And then there's the whole story of Raisha and Ellie and suspect that the two of them are the same person. But how could that be? Raisha died over 50 years ago at the age of 15, and I don't think the Etherion will stop her from aging because we know Ellie is about 17 or 18 years old after she announced that she lost her memories 2 years ago, and we know she's not a descendant. So it's still a mystery about Ellie and Raisha, and I prefer to learn about the truth while reading along. Although I did read every volume before, but that was like years ago, and I don't remember everything that happened, but I am willing to learn again. Well then everyone, thank you for watching, and if you are new here to this channel, you can please subscribe if you like to. You can also hit that notification button for new updates on my newest videos. Don't forget to check me out on X, TikTok, and Discord, and I will see you all in the next video. RoseRed17 out.